and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who keeps hoping that they can procrastinate or take a little bit more time. They're saying, won't you wait for me? I know that the clock is ticking, but can't you just be a little bit more patient? Because they are currently unavailable, hence the title for this video. But we've got, I think, a person who doesn't really have the same intentions they speak about to their love interest, about ending a relationship with someone else or ending a chapter with something else. I do think this is someone who's probably in a relationship who has stepped out and maybe caught feelings for another person. They love the way this other person makes them feel, but they're saying, I can't give you the same in return. So mixed messages, cloudy judgment, wondering if this person's maybe just self-absorbed and doesn't really care about the connection, but just wants external validation. It seems like they might be a bit selfish, so that could be true. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com, which is in the description box for you, as is a link to help you feel or to help you understand what I offer for memberships. Sorry, guys. Hey, April. Hello, Elise. Hello, Ronald. How we doing? Let's dive in with the Pulp Tarot and see what else we've got for you. What else do we have? We have the Fool, the Five of Cups, and the King of Swords. I do think there's a tendency to leverage like logic to support this argument. You know, oh, well, if I do this, then I have to change that. Maybe I need to wait for the school year to end. Oh, I just need to get this new job or find a new place to live, and then things will open up for me. Then I can actually, you know, end this relationship or be with you. But these excuses don't seem to really end. With the Five of Cups, it's like someone feels like they keep getting, I don't know, bad news about things not happening when they thought, right? Hey, Rachel, how you doing? Thank you, Andy. Oh, April, maybe if you exit and start over. Hello, Lilith. How are you doing? Hello, Carla. We have Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Chariot in the reverse, and the Hanged Man. Not taking action, stagnation, indecision. This isn't somebody who wants to actually end this connection and get through the list of tasks they would need to get through in order to be with this new person. This is somebody who's making excuses. This is someone who's saying, oh, it would take so much. I don't know if I have enough caffeine for all of that. Maybe next week, you know? I'll have more caffeine then. It'll be fine. I hope you're having a good one. Yes, exactly, Rachel. I'm sending you positivity and abundance. All right, what do we have? Page of Wands in the reverse. Queen of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles. I think we have somebody who is on to their partner being unfaithful. This Queen of Pentacles does not need to be a woman. It could be the husband in the situation. But this is the person who has been faithful, finding out that their partner has not been faithful. Could be because of a text message, could be because of maybe even a voicemail, or seeing some change in routine behavior. Hello, Royale. How you doing? Hello, Mr. Fresh. What else do we have? The Hierophant. Marriage. Nine of Pentacles. Someone acting like they're single when they're really not, and creating an illusion. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, again, whoever the partner is, it does not need to be a woman, but this Queen of Pentacles is like, this doesn't seem right. You don't normally work late these days, or you don't normally go away on a business trip. I'm going to do a little bit of my own detective work and figure out what's going on, because I think you've created some sort of story here and I don't believe it. Hello, West Graffiti. How are you doing? Hello, Tashar. My name's Carmen. Hello, Darnell. All right, let's see what else we've got. This is the Santa Muerte. Aw, thank you for being kind to each other. I hope it improves for you, Royale. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that, Lilith. So we have the Nine of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Someone who is the partner to the Queen of Pentacles is being defensive, not really sure about how to proceed because they feel like both of their partners, the one they're committed to or the one they're not, are like gunning for them. They feel like both are suspicious or frustrated or impatient. So they're starting to feel like this is getting really complicated. Hello, Track. How are you doing? Hello, Rachel. That's kind of you. Hello, Ricardo. We have the Star, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Santa Muerte in the reverse. Santa Muerte in the Santa Muerte deck is death. You'll notice it's a little bit different than most of the death cards that we have, but she is in the reverse. I think we have somebody saying, I want a divorce. I think we have somebody saying, I'm done with this relationship. Whoever is the two-timer here, I feel they're hoping that there's some way to reconcile, hoping there's some way to calm this down, to avoid this argument from reaching a fever pitch or, you know, really causing serious damage. But with death in the reverse, I feel like there's like nothing they can do. This might just be one of those, you know, well, I found out what you're doing and there's really no way for you to get out of that. It's a deal breaker, you know? Hey, Jesse. I love San Antonio, especially the Riverwalk and the Alamo. Hey, Aqua Beauty. How was your flight? I hope you got there safe. We have Page of Cups, Six of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. I think we have somebody who's acknowledging that they might have actually gone from 2 people in their life to 0 people in their life. We could have a little bit of chaos within the marriage that makes someone feel like they have no time for the AP, if you will, or the third party. And because they are trying to put out the fire in their domestic situation, then the third party loses interest or gets frustrated, right? Oh no, it is kind of crazy weather out there, isn't it? We've got Queen of Wands, the Tower in the reverse, and the Lovers. Okay. So I thought I had my choice. I could have this person or this person. I felt like I was really attractive. Everybody loves me. Oh my gosh. But with the Tower in the reverse, they didn't realize that what they were setting themselves up for was perhaps a bit of disappointment or frustration because they didn't really read the signs. They didn't prevent a catastrophe Instead, there is I feel like it could be a text message. There's something here that starts an argument, and it's just like a roller coaster of emotions from there. This is the Path of Shadows. Hey, Matt, how's it going? Banshee and Siren. All I could hear was a warning scream. Ignoring the signs won't make me free. So I was just talking about them ignoring the signs. They should have been able to realize that what they were doing was risky, and it feels like they didn't really care. They just kind of tossed that out the window. Maybe they left their phone open. Maybe they, I don't know, have another device that the text messages could be seen on. But now we have insight into the infidelity by their spouse and an inability to go see that third party. So I think both of them end up uninterested. And this star, the King of Pentacles is the star. They've lost the Queen of Pentacles, and they've lost the Siren. As enchanting as it is, the reflection in the water, it can lure your soul to depths where illusions falter. So because they got a little bit greedy, because they got a little bit selfish and they wanted somebody on the side, now they're realizing that they're actually going to end up alone. At least for now, right? A curse of bones, time, and dust. Things that were never meant to last. But they couldn't let go, so they ended up ruining the other thing that they had. I mean, you could argue it already was, but they, I guess, made sure of it. All right. This is the Egyptian Tarot. Hello, Tiana. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Ryan. Aw, I'm sorry you feel that way. Double timeout. We picked the same amount of time. Rachel, what's up? All right, we got the Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, Page of Cups in the reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. I had two choices in love. I had two people showing me love. I had someone that made me laugh, and I had somebody that made me feel funny. You know, like this is someone who felt like they had it all. Like, haha, look at me. And then it's like they come across a banana peel when they're doing that little skipping thing, and they fall on their face. Now people are like, well, what are you going to do now? You don't have anyone now. They didn't think this would happen. They didn't think they would lose both people. Lovers. Three of Swords in the reverse. King of Wands. Well, now who's going to take me to the ball? Now who's going to go to that cool party with me? Now who's going to be in my Instagram pictures where I show everybody how rich I am? Like, they're thinking about how they need to have this reputation. They need people to be jealous of them, or they need people to look at them and think, now that's somebody who's really like made it. That's somebody who's successful. They got what I want. They live or like thrive off of people being jealous, and now they don't have that because they feel like they're gonna look foolish. Hey, Matt. How are you, James? Aw, that changes. Hello, Shay Shay. I want to go to a ball. We've got the Two of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles with the Two of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, a choice to, I don't know. This is like, I thought I could have two options and not have to really fully invest in either. And now I'm realizing that because I didn't really give either of them my heart, that now I have neither. Now I have no place to go. Now I have no one that wants, right? I'm so on board, Lee. Welcome back and thank you for the tip. Let's get more on that. Because that was definitely some juicy gossip there. All right, what else do we have? The Page of Pentacles, Star, and the reverse. This person feels like they're losing their touch now that they have been outed as having been disloyal to the Queen of Pentacles. There could be a subset of group, well, like of their own friends or fans that don't like them anymore. This could be bad for their reputation. And with the Hermit in the reverse, this is like you did someone wrong that we all care about. You did someone wrong that had been good to you. So there's unfavorable judgment and probably some gossip going on about this person. All right, let's get a few from, this is the Gold and the Norman. Hello, Julie, how you doing? Hello, Kingly Eagle. That's funny, Rachel. What else do we have? We have the House and the Bouquet. This could be an issue in terms of I sent flowers to the wrong person, or I put the wrong name on the card, or someone saw me bringing flowers to a place that it didn't make sense. There's just, it kind of feels like this would have been relatively easy to avoid being discovered, but they were being careless and maybe a little bit proud. Didn't think that it was going to be a problem, but it called into question, hey, isn't that person married? Shouldn't that person be elsewhere? Or why are they out and about with that person? So they get caught with someone else. All right, let's see what else we get. What do you think? How about the Morgan Greer? Sound good? Hello, Sarah. Hello, Grant. This is a collective reading, Dennis. No worries. Hello, Joseph. Dennis, if it doesn't resonate for you, I do have a playlist, well, a lot of playlists, I should say, on my channel page, so you can find something that fits your situation. Going well, thank you. So we've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse, the Star again in the reverse, and the Ten of Swords in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody had just revamped their reputation. I had just gotten people to be like cool with me again, or I just had a successful movie, or I don't know, album or something, and I thought like I was cool again. And now we've got this bad press. We've got this gossip, or people are talking about how I did that Queen of Pentacles wrong, how I wasn't being respectful, and they don't know how to change this. It's who they are, and people see them for who they are now instead of that exterior that they had presented. So it's like, I don't know how to fix this. Three of Swords is in the reverse. I feel like because it's like self-inflicted, like I did this to myself. I could have avoided having negative impact to my reputation if I had just been happy with this Queen of Pentacles partner that I had, right? Or dare I say, at least been better at the cover-up? I don't know. So with this Two of Cups, there could be some preference, or like everybody wants to be friends with the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is just kind of like persona non grata. Like, yeah, that's cool, but we all look at you as somebody who lied and somebody who's controlling and selfish. So, you know, maybe there's some other friends for you elsewhere. but we can't trust you. You just think about yourself. Especially if this was somebody who was also in a relationship. I don't really get that impression, but for some of you that could be the case. All right, this is the Love Oracle. Hey Carrie, how's it going? I like it. What else? We have new beginnings, nourish, and beauty. Try again, new direction, start over. Self-growth, self-focused, soul-finding, and beauty. Charming, graceful, kind-hearted. So there's a lot of positive, supportive energy around the Queen of Pentacles. There could be new jobs offered. There could be a living situation that's made easier for them. There could be a lot of people looking out for them, maybe even sending them tater tot hot dish. If you don't know what that is, I feel bad for you, son. It's a very Minnesota thing. I like it. So we have intimacy, bonding, sensual, confiding, conflicted, decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. No way. Ooh. Well, that's just, wow. So the Queen of Pentacles leaves the King of Pentacles. Again, does not need to reflect those genders. But the person who was not faithful ends up with nobody out of having two people before, right? The Queen of Pentacles who had dealt with the disloyal partner is then, I think, after being surrounded by very supportive and helpful friends and family, I think they're approached by somebody who says, hey, you didn't deserve that. I think you are amazing, and if you are at some point interested in a relationship, I would love to take you out sometime. I think it ends up with the Queen of Pentacles, like, getting into a better relationship. It's like, it ends up working out real nice for the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles has to learn a little bit of humility. We've got family, fertility, parenthood, and pregnancy. Foundation, established, family, and security. Yeah, I think this Queen of Pentacles ends up finding the family life or the domestic bliss that they've been looking for, or that they thought they had with the King of Pentacles. And they end up finding that with this new person after all is said and done. And this King of Pentacles might find that it takes a while for them to adjust that perception of themselves, because it was based on truth, right? People found evidence or proof of that. This is the situations deck. So tater tot hot dish, just to be really clear, has to involve obviously tater tots, usually on the very top, so they can get crispy, but you have like a nice casserole dish. Maybe you put like some mushrooms, probably some rice, maybe some beef in there, maybe some onions, cheese, because, you know, Minnesota and Wisconsin, you know, they get along well. But yeah, it's delicious, and it's getting colder, so you might have to try that out at some point. Hello, CJ. Hello, Outlaw. What's happening? Oh, it is amazing. All right. We have the Retaliation card. This is shocking. I think this is the person who is the third party. They realize the extent to which they had been fooled, or that there had been an illusion here. You just led me on. You weren't really going to leave that person. I can tell now that you were lying to me. I do feel like they get rather uppity, argumentative. You might want to throw some hands. Hello, Ruben. How's it going? Oops. I know, you guys. I threw them on the ground. Ooh, okay. Oh, my. Well, this is a little bit more complicated than I thought it was going. Oh, jeez. Than I thought it was going to be. Hold on, you guys. I got it. So here's what I feel like is happening here. I feel like we have somebody who contacts the King of Pentacles and lets them know that there might actually be a child on the way. Now, you're going to have to keep in mind this is a general reading, so there's a couple different ways that that could go, but it could be that the person who was the third party is expecting a child, or it could be that the Queen of Pentacles and their new relationship is expecting a child. But it is nonetheless, whatever it is, it's a surprise. There's someone here who's expecting a child, and it makes this whole situation seem more incredulous or wild. Lots of highs and a few lows as well, but I think the main goal here was to help this King of Pentacles realize that maybe it's time to be a little bit more considerate of other people's feelings, right? All right, let's dive into Lee's question because I cannot wait to figure out more. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I sure do appreciate it. Oh, Lord. All right, what else do we have on the Gun Club affair? Oh, if only I could be like super inappropriate, I would have such a good title for that. It has to do with the fact that I think something happened in a parking lot. All right, if y'all weren't here for the first round of this question and we found out that at a gun club, or at a club, I should say, there is some tomfoolery, some shenanigans, maybe in a back seat. Ooh. Okay. Keep in mind, oh, that's the Ace of Cups. Okay. These are new cards. I got them yesterday, so some of them I still have to like look at for 5 seconds before my brain catches up, okay? Hello, situation. How are you doing? And the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I think there's, Lee, somebody who has had trouble in their life, or in their marriage, I should say more specifically. And I would say perhaps they would even describe it as a dead bedroom, or there's just like not much going on in the sheets. So even though there's a presentation towards others, or like outwardly people would say, oh yeah, those two are married, those two are together, yeah, they're like in love or whatever. This Queen of Swords tells me we have somebody who's saying, I don't want to touch you, I don't want to be anywhere near you. It's fine that we're married, but like I'm not interested. So this has created a problem. And I do feel like that individual ended up looking outside of the relationship because of the rejection from the Queen of Swords. Remember, the Queen of Swords does not need to be a woman, but it very well could be. We've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Wands. I think this is an ex or somebody that they had flirted with before, somebody that maybe they'd rejected before. I don't know if I should say ex. I feel like this is, I like hit on you before, or I flirted with you and you responded like, that makes me uncomfortable, don't do that. Like, I feel like there was some sort of like, no. And then, you know what? Yeah, actually come back. Actually, I changed my mind. Judgment in the reverse. You don't say. Oh my. Okay, so we have Judgment in the reverse with the Lovers and the Page of Pentacles. Look at how cute he is. Yeah. People that shouldn't be getting it on. Probably in a parking lot, man. Hold on a second. I'm really drawn to the background here. So I don't know if visually that aligns with anything for you, Lee, but this feels to me like afternoon delight in a forest. We're in a nature area. Page of Cups in the reverse. I think like pretty confidently that they have on multiple occasions removed the clothing around each other on club site, like on the grounds. Or someone parks there and they go elsewhere, but there's people who talk about this. The Emperor. I think this is finally starting to become understood by the Queen of Swords, the person who said, nope, I don't want anything. I think they're starting to realize that people are talking about it and that this is what's going on. So, all right. To those of you who have dealt with somebody who is not faithful, remember you deserve better. Focus on yourself. Remember how great you are. Be kind to others, and someday you'll find that trusting relationship. We don't want to let somebody who's been selfish steal the future love that you might be able to have just because they couldn't figure out how to be good to you, right? All right. I love you guys. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, and if you can hype, I appreciate that as well. And I'll see you in the next reading. Toodles.